Magnetic Obsession. Develop a presence no one can ignore. Written by Ronnie Rowland. Published by Growth Literacy Lounge. What if you could walk into any room and immediately command attention, not by being the loudest or most flamboyant, but simply by being undeniably compelling? Imagine possessing an energy so magnetic that people are naturally drawn to you, eager to listen, connect, and follow. This isn't about charm or superficial tricks. It's about unlocking the authentic power within you and learning how to project it outward in a way no one can ignore. Magnetic Obsession. Develop a presence no one can ignore as your guide to achieving this transformation. It's about more than just standing out, it's about becoming a beacon of influence, connection, and purpose in every aspect of your life. Whether you're striving to excel in your career, deepen your relationships, or simply feel more confident in your skin, this book will equip you with the tools to create an irresistible presence. At the heart of magnetism lies authenticity. True charisma isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about embracing who you are and sharing it boldly with the world. This journey begins with self-awareness, uncovering your unique qualities, and learning to amplify them. From there, it expands outward, developing confidence, mastering communication, and learning how to connect deeply with others. But this book isn't just about personal growth, it's about creating impact. Your magnetic presence has the power to inspire and uplift those around you, leaving a legacy that extends far beyond fleeting impressions. Each chapter will build on the last, guiding you through a practical and transformational journey. You'll discover how to project confidence, cultivate emotional intelligence, use body language to your advantage, and much more. This journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. You don't need to be born with charisma or fit a particular mold to be magnetic. What you need is a willingness to grow, to embrace vulnerability, and to step into your power with intention. The world is waiting for you to show up fully. Are you ready to unleash your magnetic obsession and become someone no one can ignore? Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Spark. Discovering your authentic self. What if the qualities you've been hiding were the very things that could make you magnetic? Every remarkable individual you've ever admired has one thing in common: they've embraced who they are. Not the polished, curated version of themselves they think the world wants, but the raw, unfiltered essence of their being. This is the beginning of magnetic presence, understanding, accepting, and ultimately celebrating your authentic self. For many of us, the notion of authenticity feels elusive. We've spent years molding ourselves to fit societal norms, trying to be agreeable, professional, or even invisible when the situation calls for it. But in doing so, we suppress the qualities that make us truly unique, our quirks, passions, and perspectives. These are the very elements that form the foundation of your charisma. To develop a presence no one can ignore, you must first recognize and harness your individuality. Authenticity begins with self-awareness. It's the process of peeling back the layers of who you think you're supposed to be and uncovering the person you truly are. This might sound simple, but it requires courage. Start by asking yourself these essential questions. What drives me? What values do I hold close? What am I most afraid of showing the world? Often the things we fear exposing, our vulnerabilities, insecurities, or unconventional qualities, are the very traits that make us unforgettable. Think about individuals who exude magnetic energy. They aren't trying to be someone else, they're fully themselves, unapologetically. That authenticity creates a connection others can't resist. Take a moment to reflect on what makes you you. Is it your sense of humor? Your curiosity? Your ability to see the beauty in the mundane? Write these traits down. Celebrate them. These aren't flaws or oddities, they are the sparks of your unique light. It's tempting to wear masks to fit into the roles we think we need to play. At work, we might be the overachiever, constantly striving to prove our worth. In social settings, we could become the agreeable people pleaser, suppressing our true opinions to avoid conflict. But wearing masks is exhausting, and over time, it erodes the very sense of self that fuels charisma. When you show up authentically, you allow others to do the same. This mutual vulnerability fosters trust and admiration. Instead of trying to fit in, focus on standing out by being real. This doesn't mean oversharing or disregarding social norms, it's about aligning your actions and words with your true beliefs and values. Start small. Practice authenticity in safe spaces. Share your genuine thoughts in a conversation, or let your guard down with a trusted friend. you'll notice how liberating it feels and how others respond to your honesty. Being authentic takes bravery, especially in a world that often values conformity. But consider this: hiding your true self robs the world of your unique contributions. Imagine an artist painting over their masterpiece with dull, uniform strokes to match the other paintings in the gallery. How much brilliance would be lost? Your authentic self is your masterpiece. The moment you start embracing it, you'll find people drawn to your light, not because it's perfect, but because it's real. Authenticity resonates on a deeper level than perfection ever could. Action steps to ignite your spark. 1. Self-reflection. Spend 10 minutes daily reflecting on moments where you felt most alive and true to yourself. What were you doing? Who were you with? 2. Journaling. Write about your values and passions. Consider what makes you feel proud of yourself. 3. Experiment with vulnerability. Share something personal or honest in your next conversation. Notice how others react. As you begin this journey, remember that authenticity isn't a switch you flip, it's a practice you cultivate. Each small step builds confidence in owning who you are. Over time, the spark of your authentic self will transform into the foundation of a magnetic presence no one can ignore. Chapter 2. Unveiling confidence. The heart of charisma. Confidence isn't a trait, it's a skill. Picture this: a person enters a room. They're not the loudest voice, nor are they dressed in anything particularly flashy. Yet, somehow, all eyes gravitate toward them. Their calm assurance makes people lean in. This is the power of confidence, a quiet yet magnetic force that lies at the heart of charisma. The good news: confidence isn't something you're born with or without. It's a skill you can cultivate, one intentional action at a time. To develop a presence no one can ignore, building confidence is non-negotiable. It's the foundation of authenticity, influence, and self-assured charisma. Many people mistake confidence for arrogance or assume it requires being the loudest person in the room. In reality, true confidence has nothing to do with volume and everything to do with belief. Confident individuals don't need to prove their worth, they simply exude it. The key distinction is this: arrogance inflates itself at the expense of others, while confidence uplifts not just you but everyone around you. It's rooted in self-awareness and self-acceptance. When you believe in your own value, you create an energy that others can't help but respond to. But where does this belief come from? To build lasting confidence, you must first learn to accept yourself as you are. Self-acceptance is acknowledging your strengths and weaknesses without judgment. It's recognizing that you are a work in progress, and that's perfectly fine. Start by challenging the inner critic that undermines your confidence. Think about the way you talk to yourself in moments of doubt. Would you speak to a friend that way? Probably not. Begin replacing self-critical thoughts with compassionate ones. Instead of "I'm not good enough," try "I'm learning and improving." Accepting yourself doesn't mean settling. It means seeing yourself clearly and building from that foundation. Confidence grows when you acknowledge your imperfections but choose to show up anyway. Confidence doesn't magically appear, it's built through action. The more you challenge yourself, the more your confidence grows. Start with small, manageable steps that push you slightly out of your comfort zone. Each small win reinforces the belief that you are capable. Consider these strategies. Micro risks. Speak up in a meeting or initiate a conversation with a stranger. These small acts build momentum. Skill building. Invest time in learning something new or honing an existing skill. Mastery breeds confidence. At the end of each day, write down one thing you did well, no matter how small. This shifts your focus toward your capabilities. Remember, confidence isn't about never feeling afraid. It's about acting despite the fear. Even if you don't feel confident yet, you can project it externally. This isn't about faking it, but rather embodying a confident posture and demeanor that eventually aligns with your internal belief. Stand tall with an open posture. Keep your shoulders back and head high. Maintain steady, intentional eye contact. Use deliberate movements, don't fidget or rush. Vocal tone. Speak clearly and with conviction. Pause instead of rushing to fill silences. A calm pace signals confidence. Over time, the feedback you receive from these external cues will reinforce your internal belief, creating a positive cycle of confidence. Confidence isn't just for you. It's the bridge to meaningful connections. People are drawn to those who exude self-assurance because it creates a sense of safety and trust. When you're comfortable with yourself, others feel comfortable around you. The secret to magnetic confidence lies in a paradox. It's not about being perfect, it's about embracing your flaws and moving forward anyway. Confidence says, I'm enough, and that quiet assurance is what draws people in. Action steps to build your confidence. 1. Reframe self-talk. Identify one negative thought about yourself. Replace it with a realistic, empowering statement. 2. Take a risk. Push yourself to do one thing today that feels slightly uncomfortable but manageable. 3. Celebrate small wins. Write down 3 things you did well this week, no matter how small. As you consistently take action and embrace self-acceptance, your confidence will grow stronger. It's not about flipping a switch, it's about lighting a steady flame that fuels your magnetic presence. Chapter 3. Energy that electrifies. Energy speaks before words do. What is yours saying about you? Imagine walking into a room where 2 people stand in conversation. One radiates an irresistible vitality, their gestures animated and eyes alight. The other, slouched and half-hearted, seems disengaged, their energy muted. Without even realizing it, you're drawn to the first person. Why? Because their energy is magnetic. It isn't about their words, it's about the unspoken aura they project. Your energy is the invisible force that precedes you. It's the way you carry yourself, the vibe you give off, and the emotional imprint you leave on others. Learning to cultivate and direct this energy is a cornerstone of creating a presence no one can ignore. Energy isn't just physical, it's emotional, mental, and even spiritual. It's the dynamic essence that shapes how others perceive and respond to you. Think of people who leave a lasting impression. They aren't necessarily the loudest or most dramatic. Instead, their energy conveys enthusiasm, warmth, and authenticity. The energy you bring to any situation influences not only your experience but also the experience of those around you. People often mirror the energy they encounter. If you radiate positivity and enthusiasm, it's likely to be reflected back to you. Conversely, negative or stagnant energy can repel connection and opportunity. Before you can harness your energy, you need to understand it. Ask yourself, how do I feel when I enter a room? What kind of energy am I projecting right now? Do people gravitate toward me, or do they seem indifferent? Start by observing how people respond to you in social or professional situations. Do they lean in when you speak? Are they eager to engage, or do they seem distracted? These subtle cues can provide valuable insight into the energy you're projecting. Just as physical fitness requires exercise, cultivating an electrifying energy takes conscious effort. It starts with managing your internal state. 1. Recharge your batteries. Your energy level reflects how well you take care of yourself. Physical wellness. Prioritize sleep, nutrition, and movement. A healthy body radiates vitality. Emotional health. Let go of emotional baggage. Practice gratitude, forgiveness, and self-compassion. 2. Set your energy intention. Each day, decide the energy you want to project. Are you aiming for warmth, confidence, or calm? Intentionality creates alignment between your mindset and actions. 3. Shift on demand. Sometimes, situations require a quick energy reset. Techniques like deep breathing, movement, or positive visualization can elevate your state within minutes. Once you've cultivated the right energy internally, it's time to project it outward. This doesn't mean being hyperactive or overbearing. True magnetism lies in balance, being both vibrant and grounded. Look people in the eye with interest and warmth. Posture. Stand tall and open, conveying confidence and receptivity. Gestures. Use expressive yet natural gestures to emphasize your words. Vocal energy. Speak with intention. Avoid monotony by varying your tone and pace. Enunciate clearly, showing you care about being understood. Smile when appropriate, your voice will reflect it. While physical cues are critical, your emotional energy is the heartbeat of your presence. To electrify a room, your emotions must align with the message you're conveying. Enthusiasm and genuine curiosity are particularly magnetic. People are drawn to those who care deeply about what they're saying and about others around them. Remember, authenticity is key. Trying to project energy that doesn't align with your true feelings will feel forced and insincere. If you're excited, let it show. If you're passionate, let it shine through your words and actions. Action steps to energize your presence. 1. Audit your energy. Reflect on your current energy habits. Do you recharge enough? Are you intentional about the energy you project? 2. Start small. Choose one interaction tomorrow where you consciously elevate your energy. Notice the impact. 3. Practice visualization. Before entering a room, visualize yourself exuding warmth and vitality. Imagine how others respond positively to your energy. Your energy is one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal for creating a magnetic presence. When cultivated and directed effectively, it has the potential to captivate and inspire everyone you encounter. Chapter 4. The Art of Presence. Have you ever spoken to someone who made you feel like the only person in the world? Their focus was unwavering, their attention undivided. In those moments, it's not just their words that matter, it's their presence. This ability to be fully in the moment is one of the most magnetic qualities a person can possess. Presence isn't just about being somewhere physically, it's about being there emotionally, mentally, and energetically. In our fast-paced multitasking world, presence has become a rare and invaluable commodity. Those who master it stand out. They exude a quiet authority, a sense of calm confidence that draws others in. Learning the art of presence is essential for creating a magnetic aura that captivates and inspires. Presence is the ability to give your full attention to the moment at hand. It's about being fully engaged, whether you're in a conversation, delivering a presentation, or simply walking into a room. Presence goes beyond charisma. It's a state of being that others can feel. At its core, presence is about connection to yourself, to the moment, and to the people around you. When you're present, you're not distracted by internal doubts or external chaos. Instead, you radiate a calm, centered energy that makes people feel valued and heard. Presence matters because it fosters trust and respect. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel seen and understood. When you're truly present, you create a sense of psychological safety that allows others to open up and engage. Contrast this with the experience of talking to someone who seems preoccupied, checking their phone, looking past you, or offering half-hearted responses. Their lack of presence diminishes the interaction, making you feel less important. Presence, on the other hand, amplifies every connection you make. Being present isn't always easy. Many of us struggle with distractions and overthinking. Here are some common barriers. 1. Internal noise. Negative self-talk, insecurities, or overanalyzing can pull you out of the moment. 2. External distractions. Technology, interruptions, or noisy environments can steal your focus. 3. Multitasking. Trying to do too many things at once prevents you from fully engaging with any of them. Overcoming these barriers requires intentionality and practice. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Presence begins with mindfulness, the practice of focusing your attention on the here and now. Here are steps to cultivate it. 1. Ground yourself. Before entering a situation where you want to project presence, take a moment to center yourself. Breathing exercise. Inhale deeply for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and exhale for 4 counts. Repeat 3 times. This calms your mind and brings you into the present moment. Set an intention. Decide how you want to show up in the moment, calm, attentive, or confident. 2. Focus on one thing at a time. Give your full attention to the task or person in front of you. Avoid the urge to multitask even in your thoughts. 3. Practice active listening. When in conversation, listen not to respond, but to understand. Make eye contact, nod occasionally, and ask thoughtful questions that show genuine interest. 4. Be aware of your body language. Nonverbal cues play a significant role in presence. Keep an open posture, avoid crossing your arms or turning away. Lean slightly forward to convey interest. Maintain calm, steady movements to project composure. Mastering presence isn't a one-time achievement, it's a lifelong practice. Begin with small moments. Practice presence during daily activities like eating, walking, or speaking with loved ones. Notice how it feels to focus fully on one thing at a time. Over time, presence becomes second nature. You'll find that people respond to you differently, leaning in when you speak, seeking your advice, or simply feeling more comfortable in your company. Your magnetic aura will grow, rooted in the genuine connections you create. Action steps to develop presence. 1. Start a daily presence ritual. Dedicate 5 minutes each morning to mindfulness or breathing exercises. 2. Single tasking challenge. Pick one activity each day to do with full focus, whether it's having a conversation, reading, or eating. 3. Presence journal. At the end of each day, reflect on moments when you were fully present. What worked? What distracted you? Presence isn't about perfection, it's about intention. The more you practice being in the moment, the more magnetic and impactful your presence will become. In a world of endless distractions, your ability to be truly present will set you apart. Chapter 5. Mastering Emotional Intelligence. What if understanding emotions could make you the most compelling person in any room? Charisma is often mistaken for an innate quality, a gift reserved for the lucky few. But one of the most crucial components of a magnetic presence isn't about how you look or even what you say. It's about how you make people feel. At the heart of this ability lies emotional intelligence, a skill anyone can develop to profoundly impact their connections and influence. Emotional intelligence is your ability to understand, manage, and influence both your emotions and the emotions of others. It's what allows you to navigate social situations with grace, build trust effortlessly, and connect with people on a deeper, more meaningful level. Imagine meeting two people. One seems indifferent to the flow of the conversation, focused solely on their agenda. The other listens intently, responds with empathy, and adjusts their tone to match yours. Which person would you rather spend time with? The answer is obvious because we're wired to respond to those who engage our emotions positively. Emotional intelligence enhances your magnetism by making people feel seen, heard, and understood. It's not about manipulating others, it's about creating an environment where people naturally gravitate toward you. To harness the power of EI, you must understand its key components. 1. Self-awareness. Recognizing your emotions and understanding their impact on your behavior. Ask yourself, how do my emotions influence the energy I bring into a room? 2. Self-regulation. Managing your emotional responses, especially in challenging situations. Instead of reacting impulsively, take a pause. Deep breathing or counting to 5 can make a world of difference. 3. Empathy. The ability to sense and understand the emotions of others. Empathy doesn't mean agreeing with everyone, it means acknowledging their feelings without judgment. 4. Social skills. Building relationships, communicating effectively, and resolving conflicts with ease. Great social skills require active listening, open body language, and clear, respectful communication. Developing EI requires intention and practice. Here's how you can start. 1. Practice emotional awareness. Take a moment each day to reflect on your emotional state. Journaling can help you identify patterns. For example, if you're often irritable in the morning, you might need to adjust your routine to start the day on a calmer note. 2. Learn to pause. When you feel a strong emotion, whether it's frustration, excitement, or fear, pause before you act. Ask yourself, what's really triggering this emotion? This small habit can prevent impulsive reactions and help you respond thoughtfully. 3. Strengthen empathy. Pay attention to nonverbal cues like tone of voice or body language. When someone shares their feelings, respond with curiosity. That sounds difficult. Can you tell me more? 4. Seek feedback. Ask trusted friends or colleagues how you come across emotionally. Are you approachable? Do you listen well? Their perspective can help you identify blind spots. High emotional intelligence amplifies your charisma because it creates resonance. People feel safe and valued in your presence. They trust that you're not just focused on yourself but genuinely invested in the interaction. This resonance becomes the foundation for meaningful influence and connection. Think about the most compelling individuals in your life. They likely possess a deep well of emotional intelligence, whether they use it to calm tensions, inspire a group, or simply make you feel like the most important person in the room. These aren't accidental traits, they're cultivated skills. Action steps to cultivate emotional intelligence. 1. Daily emotional check-in. Spend 5 minutes identifying and naming your emotions. Use prompts like "Today I feel because." 2. Active listening challenge. In your next conversation, focus solely on listening. Resist the urge to interrupt or immediately share your own perspective. 3. Empathy exercise. Watch a movie or read a book and practice identifying the emotions of the characters. Reflect on how you'd respond if you were in their place. Emotional intelligence is the secret ingredient that transforms interactions from mundane to magnetic. By mastering it, you'll not only elevate your presence but also create a ripple effect of trust and connection in every relationship. Chapter 6. Magnetism in Motion. Body language that speaks volumes. Before you say a word, your body has already spoken volumes. A raised eyebrow, a crossed arm, a subtle smile, All these cues silently communicate your thoughts, feelings, and level of engagement. Body language is one of the most powerful tools in creating a magnetic presence, often conveying more than your words ever could. Your body language sets the stage for how others perceive you, influencing whether they feel drawn to you or turned away. It has the power to amplify your charisma, build trust, and create instant connection. In this chapter, we'll explore how to align your physical presence with the energy and confidence you're working to cultivate. Experts estimate that up to 70% of communication is nonverbal. This means your gestures, posture, and expressions often speak louder than your voice. Consider the impact of a confident handshake or the warmth of a genuine smile. These small actions build rapport and make people feel comfortable in your presence. On the flip side, closed-off body language, slouching, avoiding eye contact, or fidgeting, can make you seem disinterested or insecure, even if your words suggest otherwise. Mastering body language is about becoming intentional with your movements, ensuring they align with the message you want to convey. The fundamentals of magnetic body language. 1. Posture. Stand tall. Keep your shoulders back, your chest open, and your head held high. This posture projects confidence and approachability. Avoid slouching. A drooping stance communicates low energy or lack of self-assurance. 2. Eye contact. The golden rule. Maintain steady, natural eye contact about 60 to 70% of the time during conversations. This shows you're engaged without feeling overly intense. Practice soft focus. Look into someone's eyes with warmth, rather than a piercing stare. 3. Gestures. Open and intentional. Use hand gestures to emphasize points, but avoid fidgeting or crossing your arms, which can signal defensiveness. Mirror the other person. Subtly mimicking someone's body language fosters a sense of connection and understanding. 4. Facial expressions. Smile genuinely. A real smile, one that reaches your eyes, instantly creates a sense of warmth and openness. Avoid neutral or negative expressions. A furrowed brow or lack of expression can make you seem unapproachable or uninterested. Body language isn't just about mechanics, it's about energy. Even if your posture is perfect, a lack of enthusiasm or sincerity will betray you. The secret is to combine physical cues with authentic emotional energy. For example, if you greet someone with a firm handshake but your face lacks warmth, the interaction will feel forced. Authenticity bridges the gap between what you're doing and what you're feeling. When your movements align with your emotions, you create a seamless, magnetic presence. Mastering body language also involves interpreting others' nonverbal cues. Pay attention to the following. Posture. Are they leaning in, showing interest, or pulling away? Gestures. Are they mirroring your movements, indicating rapport, or closed off with crossed arms? Eye contact. Are they maintaining steady eye contact, or is their gaze shifting, signaling discomfort or distraction? Reading these signals allows you to adapt your approach in real time, deepening the connection. Practical exercises to sharpen your body language. 1. Mirror practice. Stand in front of a mirror and observe your posture, gestures, and expressions as you speak. Adjust until you feel confident and natural. 2. Video review. Record yourself during a presentation or conversation. Watch for any nervous habits or closed-off gestures you might not realize you're doing. 3. Nonverbal observation. In your next social setting, spend a few minutes observing the body language of others. Notice what draws you to certain people and what pushes you away. Common body language pitfalls to avoid. 1. Fidgeting, tapping, playing with your hair, or shifting nervously can distract from your message. 2. Avoiding eye contact. Looking away too often may suggest insecurity or disinterest. 3. Overuse of gestures. Excessive hand movements can overwhelm or distract. The goal isn't to eliminate personality from your body language but to refine it. Small adjustments can have an outsized impact on how others perceive you. Action steps to elevate your body language. 1. Choose one behavior to improve. Focus on one area, such as maintaining better eye contact or standing taller. Practice this consistently until it becomes natural. 2. Solicit feedback. Ask a trusted friend or colleague to share their impressions of your body language. Their perspective can reveal blind spots. 3. Align with your message. Before a social interaction, decide what energy you want to convey, confidence, warmth, or calm, and align your body language accordingly. Your body language is a powerful amplifier of your energy and intentions. With practice, it can become one of your most reliable tools for creating a magnetic presence that people can't ignore. Chapter 7. Words that weave magic. Every word you say either draws people in or pushes them away. How will you use yours? Words are more than just tools for communication, they're the threads that weave connection, trust, and influence. The right words, delivered with intention, can captivate a room, ignite ideas, and inspire action. The wrong words, on the other hand, can create distance, misunderstanding, or even hostility. Mastering the art of verbal communication is essential for building a presence no one can ignore. The good news is that magnetic communication isn't about having a massive vocabulary or delivering perfect speeches. It's about understanding the nuances of tone, timing, and authenticity in your words. This chapter will guide you through the principles of crafting and delivering words that resonate and inspire. Words shape perceptions. They have the power to uplift or discourage, to create clarity or confusion. Think about the last time someone said something that deeply impacted you. Perhaps it was a compliment, a piece of advice, or even a question that made you reflect. Chances are, it wasn't the complexity of the words themselves but the intent and delivery that left a mark. Magnetic communication requires aligning your words with your energy, body language, and intention. When your verbal and nonverbal cues are in harmony, your message becomes more powerful and memorable. To make your words irresistible, focus on these key principles. 1. Authenticity. Speak from the heart. People are drawn to sincerity and can sense when words are forced or insincere. Avoid jargon or overly complicated language. Simple, heartfelt words often resonate the most. 2. Clarity. Know your message before you speak. Rambling or vague language dilutes your impact. Use concise sentences that are easy to follow. For example, instead of saying "I was sort of thinking maybe we could try this idea," say "let's try this idea." 3. Intentionality. Every word should serve a purpose. Ask yourself, what am I trying to convey? How do I want the other person to feel? Avoid filler words like and you know, which can weaken your delivery. Words alone aren't enough to captivate. They need the right tone and delivery to bring them to life. Your voice is a powerful instrument that can convey confidence, warmth, or passion, depending on how you use it. 1. Tone. A warm, friendly tone builds trust and makes people feel at ease. A confident tone conveys authority and draws attention. 2. Pace. Speak at a moderate pace. Rushing through your words can signal nervousness, while speaking too slowly can lose your audience. Use pauses intentionally to emphasize key points and give listeners time to absorb your message. 3. Volume. Adjust your volume to the context. Speak louder in large settings and softer in intimate conversations. Storytelling is one of the most powerful tools in your communication arsenal. A well-told story can captivate an audience, evoke emotions, and leave a lasting impression. 1. Start with a hook. Open with something intriguing, a question, a surprising fact, or a vivid image. For example, imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, the wind rushing past you. 2. Be relatable. Share stories that your audience can connect with emotionally or personally. 3. Create a clear arc. Every story needs a beginning, middle, and end. Build tension or curiosity, then resolve it in a satisfying way. Common communication pitfalls. 1. Overloading with information. Don't overwhelm your listener with too many details or points. Focus on one or two key ideas. 2. Negativity. Avoid overly critical or pessimistic language, which can push people away. 3. Interrupting. Let others finish their thoughts. Interruptions disrupt the flow of conversation and signal disrespect. Action steps to refine your communication. 1. Daily practice. Start conversations with clear intent. Before speaking, think about the impact you want your words to have. 2. Tone awareness. Record yourself speaking and listen for areas to improve. Are you monotone, too rushed, or overly loud? Adjust as needed. 3. Storytelling challenge. Share a personal story during your next conversation. Pay attention to how it engages your listener. Words have the power to inspire, comfort, and connect. When used with purpose and authenticity, they become one of the most effective tools in creating a magnetic presence. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about speaking with intention and leaving a lasting impression through your words. Chapter 8. Building instant rapport. Connection isn't luck, it's an art form anyone can learn. Have you ever met someone and felt an instant connection, as though you'd known them forever? Perhaps it was the ease of their smile, the warmth in their tone, or the way they made you feel genuinely seen. This effortless harmony is what we call rapport, a bridge of understanding and trust that makes interactions not only smoother but also more meaningful. Building rapport isn't a mysterious gift reserved for the socially adept. It's a skill you can master, and when you do, it becomes one of the most powerful elements of a magnetic presence. Whether you're connecting with a colleague, meeting new friends, or negotiating in a professional setting, the ability to create instant rapport will transform the way people respond to you. At its core, rapport is about creating a sense of mutual understanding and trust. This happens on both a conscious and subconscious level. When people feel that you get them, they are more likely to open up, trust your intentions, and value your presence. One key aspect of rapport is mirroring, a psychological phenomenon where we unconsciously mimic the body language, tone, or expressions of the person we're engaging with. Mirroring signals that you are on the same wavelength and fosters a sense of connection. The foundations of instant rapport. 1. Be genuinely interested. Rapport begins with curiosity. People can sense when you're authentically interested in them versus when you're just being polite. Ask open-ended questions like, "What's been exciting in your life lately?" rather than transactional ones like, "How are you?" 2. Find common ground. Look for shared interests, experiences, or values. This creates a sense of us rather than you and me. Even simple things like liking the same hobby or agreeing on a mutual goal can build a sense of connection. 3. Be present. As discussed in Chapter 4, presence is essential. When you're fully engaged, people feel valued and heard. Practical techniques for building rapport. 1. Mirroring. Subtly reflect the other person's body language, tone, and pace of speech. If they're speaking softly, lower your voice slightly. If they're animated, match their enthusiasm. Be subtle. Overdoing it can feel forced or insincere. 2. Use their name. Names are powerful. Using someone's name in conversation shows attentiveness and creates a personal touch. Don't overuse it though, sprinkle it naturally throughout the dialogue. 3. Match their emotional state. If someone is sharing something exciting, share in their enthusiasm. If they're discussing a challenge, respond with empathy. This emotional alignment deepens connection. 4. Active listening. Show that you're truly hearing them by nodding, maintaining eye contact, and responding thoughtfully. Reflect their words back to them with phrases like "what I'm hearing is," or "it sounds like." Barriers to rapport and how to overcome them. 1. Distractions. Constantly checking your phone or appearing distracted breaks rapport instantly. Commit to being fully present. 2. Assumptions. Avoid jumping to conclusions about someone based on first impressions. Stay open and curious. 3. Overeagerness. Trying too hard to connect can come across as insincere. Relax and let the conversation flow naturally. Rapport is the foundation of influence and connection. Without it, even the most well-crafted words or confident body language will fall flat. When you build rapport, you're not just engaging someone, you're creating an experience that leaves them feeling valued and understood. That feeling is what makes your presence unforgettable. Action steps to build rapport. 1. Practice mirroring. In your next conversation, consciously mirror one aspect of the other person's behavior, such as their tone or pace. 2. Find one commonality. Challenge yourself to identify one thing you share with someone during a conversation. 3. Use empathetic phrases. Incorporate empathetic responses like, "That sounds really exciting," or "I can imagine how that must feel." Rapport isn't just a tool for smoother conversations, it's the gateway to trust, influence, and meaningful relationships. The more skilled you become at creating it, the more magnetic your presence will be in any interaction. Chapter 9. Overcoming the fear of judgment. The only thing standing between you and your magnetic potential is the fear of being seen. Fear of judgment is a universal experience. Whether it's presenting your ideas in a meeting, starting a conversation with a stranger, or expressing your authentic self, that inner voice whispers, "What if they don't like me? What if I fail? What if I'm not enough?" This fear can be paralyzing, keeping you small and preventing you from stepping into your magnetic potential. But here's the truth: the people who captivate the world aren't fearless, they've simply learned how to navigate their fear. They know that the key to building an irresistible presence lies in embracing vulnerability, owning their imperfections, and stepping into the spotlight despite the possibility of criticism. The fear of judgment often stems from a deep-seated desire to belong. As social creatures, we're hardwired to seek acceptance and avoid rejection. However, this evolutionary instinct can backfire when it causes us to dim our light or conform to others' expectations. Ask yourself, how much of your behavior is driven by what you think others expect? How often do you hold back your opinions, ideas, or personality to avoid standing out? Understanding this fear is the first step to overcoming it. Judgment is inevitable. People will form opinions no matter what you do. The choice is whether you'll let their opinions define you. Reframing how you view judgment can transform how you respond to it. 1. Understand its subjectivity. People's judgments reflect their own beliefs, biases, and experiences more than they reflect your worth. Their opinion isn't an absolute truth. 2. Focus on your values. Grounding yourself in your values provides clarity and confidence. When you know why you're doing something, others' opinions hold less power. 3. Accept imperfection. No one is flawless and no one expects you to be. Embracing your imperfections makes you relatable, not weak. The fear of judgment often keeps us from being vulnerable, but vulnerability is one of the most powerful tools for connection. It allows others to see your humanity, which is far more compelling than a polished facade. Think about the most charismatic individuals you know. Chances are, they're not trying to appear perfect. Instead, they share their struggles, laugh at their mistakes, and own their quirks. This openness creates trust and makes their presence magnetic. Practical strategies for overcoming the fear of judgment. 1. Name your fear. Write down the judgments you fear most. For example, people will think I'm not smart enough, or they'll laugh at my ideas. Naming the fear diminishes its power. 2. Challenge negative thoughts. Ask yourself, is this fear rational? What's the worst-case scenario, and how likely is it to happen? If it does, can I handle it? 3. Take small risks. Start by stepping slightly outside your comfort zone. Speak up in a meeting, share a personal story, or try something new. Each small win builds your confidence. 4. Focus on growth, not approval. Shift your mindset from seeking validation to embracing growth. Ask, what can I learn from this experience, even if it doesn't go perfectly? 5. Surround yourself with support. Seek out people who uplift and encourage you. Their positivity will make it easier to face external criticism. When you stop fearing judgment, you reclaim your power. You realize that the opinions of others don't define your worth, they reflect their perspective, not your potential. By showing up authentically, you give others permission to do the same. Every time you push past your fear of judgment, you grow stronger. You begin to see that the world doesn't end if someone disapproves. In fact, more often than not, people respect your courage and authenticity. Action steps to overcome the fear of judgment. 1. Journaling prompt. Write about a time when you held back due to fear of judgment. How did it feel? Now imagine the same situation if you had acted authentically. 2. Daily confidence practice. Set a small goal each day to challenge your fear. For example, initiate a conversation or share an idea in a group setting. 3. Reframe rejection. The next time you face criticism, remind yourself this is feedback, not a reflection of my worth. Overcoming the fear of judgment isn't about eliminating fear entirely, it's about feeling it and acting anyway. The more you embrace vulnerability and authenticity, the more magnetic your presence will become. People aren't drawn to perfection, they're drawn to courage. And every time you show up as your true self, you take one step closer to becoming someone no one can ignore. Chapter 10. A life that radiates. Your presence isn't just about moments, it's about the legacy you leave behind. Magnetic presence is not a fleeting quality, it's a way of being that infuses every part of your life. It's about how you carry yourself, how you make others feel, and the ripple effects of your actions long after you leave a room. A truly magnetic individual doesn't just captivate in the moment, they inspire, uplift, and leave a lasting impact. In this final chapter, we'll tie together everything you've learned and focus on how to live a life that radiates influence, connection, and purpose. This isn't about reaching a final destination but embracing an ongoing journey of growth and intentionality. Every action you take, no matter how small, contributes to the legacy you're creating. Think of the people who've left a lasting impression on you. Maybe it was their kindness, their unwavering confidence, or the way they made you feel truly seen. Chances are, Their impact wasn't confined to one moment, it was the sum of consistent behaviors, values, and energy they brought to the world. To live a life that radiates, focus on cultivating a magnetic presence that goes beyond surface level interactions. Your presence becomes a gift when it inspires others to grow, connect, and thrive. Magnetic individuals have clarity of purpose. They know what they stand for, and their actions reflect that. To radiate influence and connection, your presence must align with your values and aspirations. 1. Clarify your values. Ask yourself, what do I want to stand for? How do I want others to feel when they interact with me? Write down your core values and use them as a compass for your decisions and interactions. 2. Define your legacy. Imagine your future self. What kind of impact do you want to have? How do you want to be remembered? Let this vision guide your daily choices, ensuring your actions align with the legacy you want to create. 3. Live with intention. Don't wait for ideal circumstances to start living authentically. Every moment offers an opportunity to align your actions with your purpose. Magnetism isn't a switch you flip, it's a practice you nurture. Like any skill, it requires ongoing effort, reflection, and adaptation. Here's how to sustain and enhance your presence over time. 1. Self-reflection. Regularly evaluate how you're showing up in the world. Are your actions aligned with your values? Are you creating the impact you desire? 2. Continuous growth. Commit to lifelong learning. Whether it's developing emotional intelligence, refining communication skills, or deepening self-awareness, growth fuels magnetism. 3. Balance and self-care. Magnetic presence requires energy, and energy comes from balance. Prioritize self-care, set boundaries, and nurture your mental and emotional well-being. One of the most powerful ways to amplify your magnetic presence is by focusing outward. People are naturally drawn to those who uplift and empower others. By contributing to the world around you, you not only enhance your influence but also create a ripple effect of positivity and connection. 1. Mentor others. Share your knowledge and experiences to help others grow. A great mentor inspires confidence and offers guidance without overshadowing the mentee's journey. 2. Practice generosity. Generosity isn't just about material things, it's about time, encouragement, and kindness. Small acts of giving can have a profound impact. 3. Be a beacon of positivity. In a world often dominated by negativity, choose to be a source of optimism and inspiration. Action steps to live a radiant life. 1. Create a personal manifesto. Write a short statement that captures your values, purpose, and how you want to impact the world. Reflect on it regularly to stay aligned. 2. Perform a daily impact check. At the end of each day, ask yourself, did I act in alignment with my values? Did I leave people better than I found them? 3. Celebrate the journey. Acknowledge your growth and progress. Living a radiant life isn't about perfection, it's about intention and effort. As you continue this journey, remember that your magnetic presence isn't just for you, it's a gift to those around you. It's the way you inspire confidence, foster connection, and bring out the best in others. The small, consistent ways you show up each day have the power to create profound, lasting impact. Magnetism isn't about being extraordinary, it's about living authentically, growing continuously, and aligning your presence with your purpose. The world needs more people who radiate positivity, resilience, and connection. By embracing this journey, you're not only elevating your own life but also inspiring others to do the same. Take care and be well.